I am going through a bit of a crisis right now. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Birdie. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. On this channel, I talk about all things life, business, and growth. And I am also documenting my own personal journey of going from a burnt out beauty boss to a digital nomad. What does that even mean? So I've been in the beauty industry for a little over 7 years now, and I recently started my online business. And by recently, I mean back in like April of this year. So earlier this year, but it's recent enough for me because it is something completely brand new. And today's video, it's going to be very personal. I haven't really talked about this publicly to many people yet. Only a few of my very close friends and family members know about this. I feel like it's something that I need to share because I'm sure I'm not the only person who is going through something like this. So the reason why I am in a bit of a crisis, well, it feels to me kind of like a crisis, is because, like I mentioned earlier, I this year decided that I was going to open up an online shop. And so I sell digital products and courses along with physical products as well. And that is something that's new to me. I tried doing this years ago, but I didn't have the right knowledge or the right tools to actually do it successfully. And I decided to jump the gun this year and do it. And having an e-commerce business or an online shop, it's always been something that I have always wanted to do. And it's just taken me this long to, finally launch it. And here is where I feel as though I am in like a life crisis right now. I've been in the beauty industry for a little over 7 years, and unfortunately, at the end of last year, so the end of 2023, that is when I started to really feel the physical and mental burnout. However, I was not just mentally and physically burnt out. I started to feel the physical effects of being in the beauty industry. And my problem is that I never took breaks. I never took a day off. The only time I gave myself was when I would go on trips with my family, or I would take like little solo trips here and there. Those were the only times that I ever took a break from work. Other than that, I was working 6 to 7 days a week, literally open to close. I was at the studio taking clients, and fortunately I was able to get booked back to back 1 to 2 months in advance by the time I hit my 2nd year of being in business. So I'm very grateful for that for sure. However, I was very, very blinded by hustle culture. My definition of success back when I first started was, number one, being your own boss. I come from a corporate world. That's what I was taught. I was taught that I had to go to college, and then I had to, start my family, get a nice job, have good benefits, and then work for 40 plus years, retire, and then that's when I can live my life. Like, that is the traditional American dream that I was taught, which a lot of you who are watching this right now, that's what you were taught as well. The only way to succeed that was taught to us was to take the traditional path of going to college and then getting a 9-to-5 job. So that's where I come from. So my definition of success back then was being my own boss, setting my own hours, doing what I love and getting paid for it, being booked back to back with clients, being in high demand. I achieved that. By year 2, I was in high demand. It was just me. I was doing this by myself, and my books were booked out 1 to 2 months in advance. I had to close my books because I couldn't take any more clients. And again, I'm very grateful for that. And I was very blinded by the hustle culture. I was like, wow, I've made it. I am booked back to back. I can't keep up with clients. I have to close my books because I just can't fit people in anymore. On top of that, I was bartending as well. So the money was there. Like, I never became rich by any means. I don't consider myself rich at all, but I made so much more money than any 9-to-5 had ever paid me. Like, the money was there. So much money that I didn't know what to do with it. Like, that is where I was back then. And it was, to me then, it was great. Like, oh my gosh, I can take like a month off if I want to. I could take, you know, a random trip this weekend, like out of state if I wanted to. Like that is what I thought was success. So the money was there, but the problem was that I never took care of myself. You know, self-care was not a priority. It was non-existent, actually, to be honest. And I also did not have any time with my family. I was never home. I never saw my daughter. I never saw my dogs. I never saw my husband. I never saw my friends. I just was hustling all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, when people would, you know, ask me if I could join them on something or if I wanted to do something with them, I always said no because I legit didn't have time. I was always with clients. And so when they would say to me like, oh my gosh, Birdie, you're such a boss. You are such a busy person and you're so inspirational. You are the type of woman who can do anything you want. And although it made me feel good, right? Like those are compliments that did make me feel really good about myself. Like, wow, I'm actually doing something with my life and I was doing it for myself. Obviously it was a way for me to, you know, make a living. And I also loved beautifying my clients, but to hear my friends and family and, you know, just other colleagues look at me and tell me that I am very inspirational to them, like that made me feel good, right? That by me doing what I loved, I was able to also empower and inspire other people. So that was very nice. So that was a motivation for me to keep going, right? Like that motivated me to work even more. I don't know where the hell I was pulling this time from, but I was like, you know what? I did it before, I can do it again. I can do 10 times more. So I constantly would just overwork myself. And that then was success to me, being very busy, being in, you know, high demand. And that was my, I guess, definition of being rich, being wealthy, was that my business was flourishing and thriving and, you know, this income was just coming in. And then on top of that, I was bartending as well, which I loved doing. I don't bartend anymore, but I loved bartending. Like, honestly, I loved it. So again, let's fast forward now to the end of last year. That is when the mental and physical exhaustion hit me. So that's when I was like, all right, Birdie, you need to take real time off now. You have to prioritize your well-being. You have to incorporate self-care into your routine now. You can no longer work 6 to 7 days a week. You can no longer book back-to-back clients. You can no longer be booked and busy because you physically and mentally cannot handle that anymore. So then I switched up my schedule. I cut my client days in half. So I only take clients 3 days a week now. And that is what sparked the idea for me to officially launch my online businesses, because since I can no longer physically take, you know, back-to-back clients like I used to, I needed a new way to bring in, you know, more income without having to physically be in the studio like I used to. So that's really what pushed me forward in actually launching my online businesses. And so here we are today. The reason why I feel like I'm in a crisis right now, like I'm going through a fucking midlife crisis in my mid-30s, is one, I am going to be 36 in a few weeks. You know, when I say that as if I'm like super old, people who are older look at me and they're like, you're not that old, you're really young. I know that, okay? I know that being in your 30s is not old whatsoever. But I just feel like I hit a cement wall because I never wanted to quit the beauty industry. I never did. When I got into it and I was able to figure out how to expand my business, expand my clientele, and I literally did it with my own two hands for the first like 5 years. I didn't add a team until almost 6 years later. For the first 5 years, I literally did it by myself. Just knowing that I was able to do everything on my own, expand, double my income every single year, expand my clientele, do all that by myself on top of bartending and, you know, paying all my bills and shit and literally doing everything on my own, it really made me feel so empowered. Like, oh my God, I became somebody, you know? Like, I knew I was always somebody. I knew that I was worthy, but being able to do something on your own and seeing it grow it really just made me feel like invincible. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. I absolutely love it. I love servicing clients. Like, I love making them feel beautiful, whether it's nails, lashes, tattoos. When the client leaves me and they leave feeling beautiful and feeling inspired and feeling empowered, I love that. I told my husband, I'm like, I'm not gonna quit doing what I'm doing. Like, that's just that. Like, I love what I do. I love my clients. I love everybody that I have met since starting my business. I absolutely love everything about it. Being in the beauty industry, it's something that literally was ingrained into my DNA the moment I started. I absolutely fell in love with it. To paint the picture a little bit better for you, I literally cannot use my hands for more than like 5 to 10 minutes without feeling pain. Like, my right arm and right hand are constantly in pain now. I can't brush my teeth without being in pain. I can't write a check without being in pain. I can't cook without being in pain. Like, it really sucks because, oh gosh, now I'm getting emotional. It really sucks because when you find something that you just love so much and you literally like built your whole life around it, because not only did it become my way of living, that's how I put food on the table, right? That's how I pay my bills, but I genuinely love doing what I was doing. Like I said, I love servicing my clients. I love making them feel beautiful. I just love everything about the beauty industry and what it has given me. And for me to be where I'm at now, where I physically cannot do anything without being in pain anymore, like it makes me really sad. So am I still taking clients? Yes, I am. Like I said, I dropped down to only 3 days a week now, and I only take 2 clients a day at max. I don't take any more than that. So I am still taking clients. However, I'm telling you right now, it's not the same. You know, it's not the same. Like, although I love the time off, right? Like, because I cut my hours down so that I can take longer breaks in between clients, it's been nice to be home, and you know, it's been really nice to finally have time to organize my house and spend more time with my dog, spend more time with my daughter and my husband. And it's literally just so nice to just be home at night for dinner. Like, I used to eat dinner alone because I would get home, you know, like 8, 9 o'clock at night, sometimes even 10 p.m. And, you know, my husband and daughter ate dinner already. They're not gonna wait around until 9, 10 o'clock to wait, you know, to eat dinner with me. So it's been really nice to be home more, definitely, to, you know, have more time with my family. You know, that doesn't mean that I'm not sad though. It really makes me sad that this is something that I have to now consider quitting, because if I don't make changes now, eventually I probably will not be able to use my hands at all, because the pain is just there. Like, it's already constantly there. I'm not saying I'm gonna quit the beauty industry, but it is something that I have to consider just with how my body is now. Like, I cannot do what I used to do. I don't want to leave the beauty industry. I really don't. I have a team right now, and I love each and every one of them, and I am continuously, you know, mentoring and coaching them so that they can grow their businesses and they can grow their clientele and, you know, make more money for themselves also. So I definitely don't want to leave the industry because I want to be there to support my team. I know that this crisis moment is not going to last long. It's just a period of time that I have to go through. I just have to continue to work on it in order to move forward. And I know that, but I just feel like I have to start all over again because this is very new, you know, to me. The whole like e-commerce business is brand new. And so it's just been really stressful because I'm having, you know, I'm trying to juggle both right now. Like, I'm still Obviously, I still have the brick and mortar business, and that is my number one. I still have to continue to work on that business to keep it going and to, to keep the sales and the income coming through. And then, now I have my online businesses that I am trying to work on as well, so that I can drive traffic to that and then, make sales and bring in income that way also. So yeah, it's just been a lot, because it just really breaks my heart that something that I wanted to retire in, I'm not going to be able to. Not in that way anyways. Like I used to envision myself being in my 50s and still doing nails, still doing lashes, still doing tattoos, because I love it that much. But here we are, just a little over 7 years later, and I now have a physical constraint that is prohibiting me from continuing to do what I used to. So the big question here that I'm sure you might have, and my clients who might be watching this, you are probably gonna ask me if this means that I am going to leave the beauty industry and close my business. The answer is I don't know. At this moment, I don't know, because I'm still able to take clients at the moment. I just have to take really long breaks in between, which is why, my schedule is the way it is. But I really don't know, like I don't want to promise that I'm not gonna close, because I just honestly don't know how my, physical health and my, I just don't know how this pain is going to be managed moving forward. I also can't say yes for sure I'm going to close by like within a year or within a couple years or whatever. Like I just don't know. I'm kind of just taking it day by day, honestly, by at this point, because I feel as though I haven't been able to really manage my pain quite yet. Having the long break within the week it is very nice, but I mean, I still have to cook and clean, and I still have to use my hands even when I'm at home, right? And like when I'm home and I'm editing and things like that, I'm still editing on my phone, I'm still on my laptop. So I still have to use my hands every single day. For now though, I am still taking clients. I just am a little lost, I guess you can say. Kind of lost in a sense where I don't know where things are gonna go. Like I said, I'm just kind of taking things day by day. I don't really know what I want anymore, to be honest, because not being in the beauty industry was never in my agenda. But I'll figure it out. I always do. I always figure it out. I just see this as like an obstacle in my journey. I just have to get through it. What I always like to say is that things could be worse. I'm really trying to stay like very positive and just look at this little obstacle as literally just an obstacle in my journey. And I know that I'll pull through, and I know that I will figure it out. Now you know what has been going on and what's been on my mind and where things are. A lot of my clients have noticed that I've kind of not been posting as frequently on my business pages, for my beauty business. I am still here and I am still taking clients. It's just that, trying to juggle clients with content and my online business and family and, my pain, trying to manage all of that is just a lot right now. So I am still in business. I am still taking clients. So yes, please still book with me based on my current availability. So if you are somebody who is going through something similar where your dreams, your goals, it kind of is paused right now, or something significant happened where you have to shift focus and you have to pivot, I am here to tell you that it is okay. I'm not gonna lie, there are days where I feel like shit is not okay, but you get through it. What's that saying? This too shall pass, and baby, it will fucking pass, okay? And you just have to take time to get through it. It sucks, it's gonna suck, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. If you need encouragement, send me a DM on Instagram. I'm gonna have all my links down below, so send me a DM. I would love to connect with you, and or just comment down below, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I truly am a firm believer that things happen for a reason, and it definitely hit me like a fucking brick wall. COVID and now this phase that I'm in right now really has taught me that I need to slow down. With the pandemic, salons and spas, we had to shut down, right? So, amongst a lot of other businesses. I was off for like almost 3 months. I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. I've been working my ass off since I was 14. I always had a job. I was always working. When I became an adult, I was working at least 2 jobs at a time. And then my business, I was, working 24/7. And then for the government to tell me that I cannot work for months at a time, like in the beginning, I did not know what the hell to do with myself. Like I was panicking. But then after a few weeks, things got a little better. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make use of this time off and do what I love doing. So I started a YouTube channel because I loved editing videos, and I started cooking a lot more at home because I actually had time to cook. And I enjoy cooking. If you don't know me, I'm a foodie, but I love to cook. Give me the chance to do it, I will cook. This year has really taught me to really prioritize my well-being, my self-care, physical and mental health. So I've been journaling a lot. I just feel like journaling is a way of like healing and self-love as well for me. So I've been doing that every day this year. Now that I'm here where I'm kind of on this fence of like, okay, how do I want to, like, what direction do I want my business to go? It's really just opening my eyes to other things that I am passionate about and that I love. And the most important thing that this year has taught me was that I need to spend more time with my family. So it's bittersweet being forced pretty much with my physical, with my physical pain that I have. I'm pretty much forced to take longer breaks. So I am home more. Being able to wake up and have a slow morning and being able to take my, my dogs out, being able to feed them, like give them their lunch during the day, being able to take them out, being able to just spend time with them, cuddle with them, watch a movie with them, take pictures of them. Like literally just being able to have time to be with my family has been one of the greatest things about this year. Honestly, had I not started feeling this physical pain, I would not be home. I'm just telling you straight up right now, I would not be home. I would be doing the same. I would have the same exact schedule that I did when I first started, working 6 to 7 days a week, back-to-back clients, booked out 1 to 2 months in advance. That is where I would still be today. So I know that this phase, what's happening to me right now, is a message from the universe telling me that I need to prioritize me and my family. And so it's hard, it's really hard when something unexpected like this happens, where you have to completely change your way of doing things and your goals and your dreams and everything you have planned. You have to pivot and change now. So it's definitely an eye-opener. I'm not like regretting anything, or I'm not saying that I made a wrong decision or anything like that. I'm just saying it's fucking tough right now. I know I'm gonna have to make, a final decision probably within the next year, depending on how, this body feels. But yes, so if you are going through something similar, I totally get you. It sucks, but life goes on. We're gonna take it day by day. You and I, we're gonna take it day by fucking day, and we're gonna get through this shit together, okay? Because we always do. We're tough ass bitches, and we're gonna fucking make it through, all right? This was kind of a lengthy video, but if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. Like I said, this is just something I feel like I had to share, because there have been a lot of questions, like I said, from my clients. They notice things, right? And so this is just something that I had to share. And my YouTube channel is a place where I want to be as transparent as possible. I feel as though being real, being authentic, being raw is the only way to you know, really truly connect with people. And so that is why I'm here, because I know that I'm not the only person going through something like this. And if my ranting videos can help even just one person, then I know that I was doing, you know, something right. So that's it for this video. Thank you again so much if you made it this far. Like I said before, connect with me on my Instagram or comment down below. I would love to hear your story and continue to inspire and empower you to be you and to do great things for you and your future. And yeah, so that's it for this video. As always, subscribe if you found this video helpful or if you would like to see more videos like this. That's it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.